Yes, Swamiji. So I'll start the invocation with permission. Oh. 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 Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om everybody, and welcome to today's special session, I would say. We started this session of Bhagavad Gita with Pujya Swami Chidurupananji in July 2021. And it's the 87th class or 85th class. I'm sorry, I just missed the number. It is 85 or the 86th session. So we had just started chapter 6. We thought it was an opportune time because a lot of people have joined in between or new. So we requested Swamiji, if you could just summarize the chapter 1 to 5 or just take a review of it for the benefit of all of us. So this session is basically a review session for chapter 1 to 5, followed by a question answer. If anybody has any questions, he can put it in the chat box. After Swamiji completes the class, we will take the questions based on priority, based on if there are some questions which are common, we'll mix it up. We'll take that liberty, or you can DM me, message me also directly on my WhatsApp, and we'll take some questions after the session is over at 11 o'clock. So just a little bit of a brief because there are a lot of new people in the class. So I'll just tell you, Chinmaya Mission, Noida, is based out of Noida. Swami Chidurupananji is our resident Acharya. Chinmaya Mission is involved and engaged in dissemination of the ancient scriptural knowledge, and we also do a lot of social and spiritual activities are conducted. Now, a little bit about the speaker for the benefit of those who would not be knowing Swami Chidurupananji. Swamiji is a very renowned speaker and is a resident Acharya of Noida Mission. Honestly, I struggle always to introduce him, but he's a much sought after speaker and a teacher, having addressed several educational institutions, public sector undertakings, organizations. Swamiji has conducted a lot of workshops for teachers, for training of teachers. So Swamiji travels all around the country addressing students, and he has extensively worked with the youth, particularly the youngsters. He has worked a lot. He has spent decades and decades and decades working with them, and the youngsters are immensely fond of him. So are elders like me. So with this little bit of an introduction, I now request Pujya Swamiji to take the session forward. Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah, 1 second.
Will please pin Swamiji on the video with spotlight. Swami, just 1 second. We'll just pin the video into the spotlight.
No worries and no hurries.
Swami, you all set?
Done?
Yes, Swami.
1 second. Okay, ask others also to put off the video mode. That's better.
I request everybody to keep your video switched off, and your mics are also muted. So I request you all to switch off your videos. Your mics are muted for the class. After the class, we may unmute it, or you may chat it. So you may type it in the chat box, so we'll see that. But for the moment, you can't unmute yourself. So please, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Hari Om. So we have to have a essence of Gita, first 5 chapters. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Life has been and it will continue to be a great puzzle for all those who are not stepping aside from so-called the heavy and busy and rush affairs of life. Those who are not able to take off, stand on the footpath, on the shore, at least sometimes, at times, for some time. If you cannot do that, life continues to be a great puzzle, a great challenge. And unexpectedly, challenges are thrown at us, testing us every moment. Not only the challenges are from outer world, challenges also are drawn and thrown out from the within, from the inner the mind, from me, inside me. And this has been the experience of every human being, whoever takes incarnation on earth. And life is very unpredictable. Physically, mentally, emotionally or intellectually, relationship-wise, circumstances, situations, surroundings, our longevity, health, our prosperity, our journey of life in general. Everything is unpredictable. Think. Everything is unpredictable. Am I audible now? Just say somebody. Venkat?
Yes, Swami. Perfect.
Everything is unpredictable. And all of us, without exception, because problems come to us from different arenas in unexpected way, and most of us are not prepared. And it is a great puzzle for everybody. Arjuna also was happy. He was a successful warrior, never tasted failure, knowledgeable, courageous, experienced, ferocious, clarity is there. He thought to live life is easy, to face war is a cakewalk. War means challenges of life. So he never suspected that he would face a critical challenge at the beginning of the war, Mahabharata war. Because when he looked into himself, turned within, he was very clear about his objective. We were dharmic, righteous people, Pandavas, and unrighteous people are there, and I have to finish them off. This is a dharmic war, a righteous war. This is my duty now, responsibility now. Everything is clear. But we ourselves don't know what kind of weaknesses we have within ourselves. So suddenly when he came across the people in the battlefield, his own kith and kin, then he understood so many attachments, so many other things are there inside him, extremely attached, afraid of losing people. He was totally shaken. And he wanted to suddenly give up the war in the battlefield and become a monk, a sannyasi. He has his own notions about sannyasi also. That Bhagavan Krishna corrected him later on. And he gave his big lecture in the first chapter, justifying his decision not to fight. That is, justifying his decision to quit the war. Because he had heard a little bit of knowledge, so he has lengthy arguments. Seeking what? Support of Bhagavan Krishna. So you please, these are my arguments, support me so that I can become a monk. I will give up this war. For what? For the benefit of everybody. He became extremely philosophical in a wrong sense. Compassion in a wrong way. Giving a new definition to duty in a totally confused manner. Not able to know the situation and what exactly demands the clarity, suddenly it was clouded. And Bhagavan kept on listening to all his arguments. He never spoke a word in the first chapter. And why this happened? Because when Arjuna asked with all great pride and courage and arrogance that please place my chariot in between the two armies, I would like to see who are all those who have come to fight with me and who are all those dear ones with whom I have to fight. Kairmaya saha yodhavyam. Let me see who are all those. Before I kill them, let me see their faces for last time in my life. So Krishna understood. Oh, this is the arrogance that he has. Okay, so let me place a chariot before Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. Great grandsire Bhishmacharya and the great teacher Dronacharya. Then all kinds of emotions, disturbances, totally collapsed. The entire physical body shattered, meaning physically entire lost his energy and strength and totally became weak. Mind is shattered, intellect is confused. Then he gave lengthy arguments, but Bhagavan kept on listening. He never uttered a word. But then second chapter, he asked him, where did you get this from kind of kashmalam, disturbances? How did you get disturbed, this kashmalam vishame in this very critical juncture of the war? And this doesn't behove you. You are an anaryam. It's not arya lakshana. Very you are great king you are. Aswargyam, akirtikaram. It gives you akirti. It doesn't give you any great journey after death. It gives you very lot of pain. Lot of people will talk ill about you. So when Krishna asked it like this, Arjuna replied, my problem is what? My problem is I am unable to know, discern myself, what is my duty, because my karpanya dosha has clouded my intellect. What is to be done in a given time and situation, what to see, whether I should see the war or the adharma side of the warriors who are standing there, or should I see my own kith and kin, grandsire and teachers, whom I should see there? I can't see them as my enemies, for they are not, they are my own people, but standing against me now. So should I look at them in a relative way, or should I look at them as those people who are supporting the unrighteousness in the society for whatever reasons? Either because of majburi or their weakness, some of them, or some of them could not talk against Duryodhana, therefore they had joined, some other kings who joined. They had no courage to say no to Duryodhana. For whatever reason. But how I should look at this situation now? Therefore, I am now really disturbed as regards to my duty. And now I am also unable to decide myself for myself what is good and what is bad for me, because my intellect completely got clouded. My personality is completely broken into pieces. So you tell me what is to be done, what is the best for me. That surrender, because I am unable to decide anything. I cannot see anything. I must trust you because I love you. You are my friend. You are my cousin. You are my Lord. So other than trusting you, I don't have any other option. Therefore, instruct me and don't confuse me with your instructions. Don't give me option now. Don't give me choice now. Oh, you can do this way, that way. No, you tell me firmly, you tell me, do this. Don't give me again so many choices in front of me and then ask me to choose, for I cannot. It is after that, this kind of surrender, in the beginning of 2nd chapter of Geeta, Bhagavan Krishna gave in 2nd chapter high philosophy. Philosophy, the solving the problem, not at the superficial level, at the deepest level of our personality. What is the problem? Why? Suppose problem is A. What is the source of problem? A dash. Why the A dash has come? A double dash. Why A double dash has come into picture? Because of A triple dash. Why A triple dash has come into picture? Because something called B. Why B has come into existence? Because of something else, C. So like that, I go deep into it. Ultimately, I found out what exactly is the problem, where the problem, what is the source of problem. That's why in the modern, some of the people, not everybody is accepting it, but that's the truth, that all problems on the globe are essentially neither emotional nor physical. They are all essentially, they are spiritual problems of life. All problems on the planet can be just like that, easily solved. Once we get into spiritual mode of thinking, if all humanity has got into the spiritual mode, then any problem can be easily solved. Because all problems are fundamentally spiritual problems, meaning not able to understand me, the true me. I consider myself to be X, Y, Z, but I am neither X, nor Y, nor Z. So I have identified with the role, and the role has some problems, but I don't understand why I did identify. Who is the one identifying with the role temporarily? So who is me? The problems are actually in me, the deep me, the self, the inside me. So Bhagavan Krishna addressed that core problem and gave excellent core philosophy for entire one life to be lived. Understand. And Bhagavan Krishna started because, You are not supposed to wail like this. First of all, you are all crying, you are wailing for all those things for which you are not supposed to wail. Why? It's a big problem for me. I have to kill my people. But that is what I'm telling. You are not able, you cannot kill anyone because they are all only physical bodies. The fundamental misunderstanding, mistake that you are making is that treating them, all of them, as physical bodies, but they are eternal spirits, clouded by their own ignorance in the present moment. And their existence on planet with that kind of mental temperament is causing a great damage to society and the world. And you being on the right side, it is absolutely your duty now to eliminate them physically, but you cannot kill them. They are eternal spirits. You are actually facilitating them for their growth also by separating them from their physical bodies when you kill them. So they would realize their own mistakes. And as long as that bodies are there, they are clouded, and then therefore they are able to create some kind of a disharmony in society, and then problems are being created in society. So they don't deserve to exist physically. And it's your job to eliminate them. And having put forth our best efforts to avoid the war. So you are eternally a spirit. They are also eternally the spirit they are. Consciousness they are. And you cannot kill them. So fundamentally, you are thinking that I am killing them, I am going to make them zero, I'm going to make them exist anymore. That is wrong. Fundamentally, you are wrong. The problem is ignorance, your ignorance. So Bhagavan Krishna spoke about the self, the Atma Tattva. And in the second chapter, Bhagavan Krishna spoke about Sankhya Yoga, whether analytically, logically, he explained. He also explained to Arjuna that come from whatever sense, whatever angle you look at your problem, you cannot justify sorrow. A brilliant statement Bhagavan Krishna made. Continuously, he gives the logic. That understand, in this sense also, no, you are not supposed to cry. In this sense also, you are not supposed to cry. Because as a king, you look at it, it's a great opportunity for you to wage a righteous war. Not everybody would get it in their life. Okay, from spirit you say you need not cry because they are all unmanifest. They were unmanifest. They manifested for some time on earth. Again, they become unmanifest, including you. You are unmanifest. So all the beings are unmanifest. They were unmanifest. They take bodies and appear on the planet Earth for some time. They play their own tunes according to their samskaras or vasanas or the inner, tendencies, karma phala, swabhava, prakriti. They play and they die away. So they go back to again unmanifest. Therefore, your job in this life, what you are supposed to do is, you must engage yourself in your own duties. Thus, in second chapter only, Bhagavan Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga. Self cannot be cut into pieces, cannot be wet, etc. So what is your duty on planet is, you be righteous and perform your duties most diligently, that to fulfill which you are called forth on this planet. It is Ishvara who gave us this kind of responsibilities. So therefore, your duty is only to work and not to worry about fruits. Fruits don't become so cheap calculating fruits. Because the fruits are depending upon not only your action, but on many other factors over which you don't have any control. So fundamentally, I make a mistake of what? I put my effort is equal to my result. But that doesn't happen like that. My effort plus 1, 2, 3, 4, X, A, B, C, D, E, many other factors, A, B, C, D, E are not under my control, but A, B, C, D, E, when they facilitate, along with my efforts, that component called my effort, then only the result will come. But A, B, C, D, E components are not under my control. What is in my control is my component called my self-effort to the best of my ability and knowledge. So that component only I can excel. with all my full concentration. Result is depending upon many other components along with this component. Those components over which I don't have any control. Therefore, karmani eva adhikarahate ma kadachana, never ever you have any control over fruits, because they are actually decided by so many factors. Even after getting the fruit, as per the Shastra, you cannot alone enjoy. That fruit also has to be distributed, shared. That he spoke about in 3rd chapter. So multi-level dimensions, man. You are, and by thinking about constantly about the future, the fruits which are yet to come, you are actually not able to live in the present. Invest your energies completely, fully, 100% in the work that you do. You are dissipating your energies. Because energies are being dissipated, your focus is reduced. Because your focus is reduced in the present action, naturally, your component you are not able to bring out perfectly and fully and completely and with enthusiasm and great commitment. And that results into a great failure. And automatically it falls. Maybe other components are facilitating, but your component is not good. Therefore, result won't come. So therefore, my dear Arjuna, in a great sense, in a subtle sense, is what we have only, like I prepared for exam. Suddenly cyclone came or exam got cancelled. Oh, I booked my flight tickets in Go First. I'm dreaming to fly to reach my people. Suddenly a SMS came, flights cancelled. Oh, all my best efforts I have put. I saved money, I booked my tickets, I applied for leave, I planned for my baggage, and I planned, adjusted further travel. Everything is planned, all gone. What is it, your component problem? No, my component was perfect. But these components are beyond your control. Therefore, don't live in the fruits. But what you can do is you practice being the best in whatever way you are. That cultivation of that great quality in the mind to be the best in whatever you do, irrespective of the result, that is actually quality. That quality in you makes you grow spiritually and also makes you grow as a great human being with great clarity, and you will reach greater and greater heights of perfection and contentment and satisfaction. Therefore, how to perform? Yogastha kuru karmani. Be established in yoga. What is yoga? Bhagavan Krishna said, karmashu kaushalam. The dexterity in action is called yoga. So whatever you're supposed to perform, not thinking about the fruits, and bring your best and dexterity, skill in action is called yoga. And being rooted in that yoga sthiti, perform all your works. Give up all kinds of attachments, because nothing is permanent. Nobody, you cannot hold on to your wife or husband or children. When the death time comes and you are unfortunate enough to see their death in front of you, nothing can be stopped. They will die. Or if you have to face your death leaving this world, nothing can stop. They will die. No, so either you are getting attached to the world or to the people, either way, or they get attached to you. Either way, attachment is resulting into always great sorrow. Love is different. So Bhagavan Krishna said, first of all the evils, all the problems are because of attachment. Attachment to people, things and beings and objects and experiences, comforts, attachment to wealth, attachment to position, attachment to name, fame, attachment to recognition. Anything, whatever we are attached to, that vastu, that to which we are attached, is giving me a great pain. It is the time-tested experience of everybody, without exception, in the life of human being, right from the beginning of the time on this earth. So Bhagavan says, Samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity is yoga. Be balanced always. And compared to this wisdom, what I taught you, highest wisdom, jnana, this karma, working for the fruits and counting them and living cheaply and dying a dog's death one day, is such a cheap, such a low level of existence here, Arjuna. You unfold yourself and live in a cosmic level as a cosmic citizen. Be above the body, mind, intellect, and live as an eternal spirit. contributing to society, giving what the best that you can do. And then don't look at the karma, which is so low, completely far, 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 far lower than the wisdom that I have been speaking to. Stay there and don't stoop down like a vulture searching for dead animals on the ground. Therefore, take refuge in your intelligence that has been trained, empowered by the teacher, by the Shastra. That intelligence, if I surrender it to, empowered by that wisdom, jnana, live in this world with all your great, great efforts. What a beautiful thing it is. So Krishna inspired Arjuna to live a greater life. And then when Arjuna asked, oh, you are speaking about a great wise man, very, very balanced, steady individual, but can I see him? What are the traits of the personality? How does he speak? How does he walk? How does he sit? So that I can recognize him in society. And Gurudev would say, that no realized man will ever grow a tail or a horn to recognize them in public. They are much more simpler. In fact, they are unassumingly simple, and most of them want to hide themselves from society. They don't want to come under the great, the floodlights of the society, like Tapovan Maharaj, Ramana Maharshi. Some of them recognize them. Those who go there, okay, but they have no craving to be recognized. So you cannot find them. Many of them are really moving in society, a great wisdom people, but you cannot identify them. But I'll give you some kind of techniques. The qualities I can tell you. So check those qualities in you. So these qualities one must keep every seeker as their goal to achieve the higher dimension of consciousness while living very much in this life. So all those great qualities are given. Sita Prajna Lakshanas. With that, Krishna concluded second chapter. When then Arjuna asked in the beginning of third chapter, whoa, if you are saying that the knowledge is great superior, to gain knowledge, sannyasa is necessary. Sacrifice is necessary. And you say that knowledge is great superior. On one side you say jnanam is superior, knowledge is superior. Buddhau sharanam anvichya. Great, take refuge in wisdom. That is jnanam. Prapanapala hetavaha. Miser are those people who are running after the cheap, petty, paltry fruits of the karma. Wretched are those people. Then you said when you glorified jnana and brought karma so far down, but again you are asking me to do karma. I think there's a contradiction in your statements. When that is superior, and why are you asking me, inspiring me to do work? That's what I've been telling. I want to run away from the war. I also want to sit in in the great jungles of Himalayas, freed from all these complications of external life, war, etc. Bhagavan Krishna said that doesn't happen, my dear, because you are a warrior. Your swabhava is for work. Your goal must be jnanam. But where are you now? You have a lot of passion, desires. So they are right now, they are very much in you. So you cannot go and there and jnana. By merely giving up, you are not a sannyasi. You have to work in the world outside because you are, therefore, first learn, draw your duties. What are your duties on earth? Perform them. Purify your mind and intellect. Then after living for sufficiently long time with a great attitude, without any expectations of results and attachments, slowly you'll be transformed and you become one day eligible for the pursuit of Jnana Marga, where inquiry into nature of self and renunciation becomes easy for you. What is renunciation? Bhagavan Krishna explains later on. So till then, learn to do your duties. Niyatam kuru karmatvam, karmadhyayu. Otherwise, you cannot achieve that jnana sthiti. You give up this karma, then what will that? You'll be conditioned like lazy bugger. Why? I don't want to do karma. My duties I'm not inspired to do because I want to become sannyasi and jnana. Jnana is superior, it seems. I like that. But are you able to switch over your mind to that state? Are you able to pursue the path of knowledge? Though I am unable to know, I am unable to pursue it. But then are you able to do this also? Then what is happening? In between, I become utterly lazy, bringing a disaster to myself and to the people around me. So any day, because sannyasa means actionlessness, according to you, actionlessness means what? Though there are tendencies in me, I will give up all action. That becomes sannyasi. It is nonsense. It is not correct. That becomes suppression. It will explode one day. So therefore, Arjuna, what you are supposed to do is Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jayo hi akarmana. And even the Sharira Yatra is not possible. Na prasiddhyena akarmana. If you are not engaged in action, even the Sharira Yatra, while morning up, getting up, taking bath, and natural calls, and then eating food, and then attending to the body, and then life to be lived, and then even this also is not possible without action. So nobody can remain even for a second without action, Arjuna. But how to come out of it? Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna brought the concept of yajna in 3rd chapter. Yajna means what? Not only that fire ritual what we are talking about. Yajna is a technical term. So Gurudev beautifully translated this word as cooperative endeavor. Yajnena yajna mayajanta deva. Devas performed yajna by yajna. So the yajna means what? Cooperative endeavor. And this concept, this understand, if yajna spirit is understood as said by Bhagavan Krishna in 3rd chapter, all global problems will be solved. Not only our problems, ecological problems, nature, that the earth, the problems of the spoiling the earth. We have creating problems with the nature. Forests are destroyed, oceans are being polluted, air is already polluted, ozone layer is punctured, air is also polluted, human hearts are extremely polluted. Such a mess we are in today. And each one is living for themselves. So yajna bhava, between nations also, between societies, between states also. If you understand that spiritually, then yajna bhava is there, cooperative endeavor is there. Bhagavan Krishna said, this ability to come together and sacrificing each other to live and work together is the ability, is itself is packed and given by the Creator Brahmaji to everyone. It's a gift to humanity that you have got the ability to come together and analyze, and cooperatively you can solve by sacrifice all the problems. That ability is given to you all, says Krishna in 3rd chapter of Geeta. So, what are all those actions that bind us and bring us various complications? All those actions which are not performed with yajna spirit, meaning not with spirit of sacrifice, not with spirit of contribution, but with the spirit of greediness, selfishness. Everyone wants to live. Then that will bind you and also bind the world to its lowest ebb. So action, the secret of Karma Yoga, was given in 3rd chapter elaborately. But having gained that chapter, then Jnana Yoga, bring the element of knowledge. This yogam, hey Arjuna, I taught this to Lord Sun first. Sun is not a matter there. It's a spirit presiding over that. Jyoti Swarupa. Is there standing in space. Is a being, is a conscious entity. And Mother Earth is a conscious entity. Just as you and I are holding on to this lump of flesh, but we are conscious entities, presiding over this lump of flesh, we are communicating. We are not dead bodies moving. We are the spirits who are presiding over my own physical body. I am presiding. Your physical body, you are presiding over. So you are entity, conscious entity. I am not talking to your dead bodies. You are not listening to my body. The spirits are being interacted. Similarly, the sun, the moon, the star, the plant, the mountain, the river, everything is sustained, we're supported by a spirit. It's presided by a spirit. That Nadi Devata, Vana Devata. So I taught this imperishable yoga to our son. And then son gave ultimately to Manu. Manu gave to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku gave to Rajarshayaha. Imam Rajarshayo viduhu. That yoga which I brought, Kalena Nashtam Bhavati. Yogo Nashtap Parantapa. Mahata Yogo. Kalena Mahata Kalena. A long elapse of time, this yoga which I taught, say, has been destroyed. Got destroyed because destroy means yoga is not destroyed. It is destroyed by the forgetfulness of the people on earth. They forgot. So that is destroyed for them. That is meaning that is not available for them. So I'm reviving that old yoga which I taught to our Lord Son. I'm reviving it again today through you. When Arjuna asked, bluff, oh bluff, what a bluff, Krishna, you are telling. You are born recently, perhaps a couple of years before me. 3-4 years only elder to me you are. And the son was born much before you. How come you could say? Krishna said, my dear, so many lives I've lived. I know all of them, many incarnations. You don't know. I'm eternal spirit, I am. I know what I am. You don't know. You are thinking only Krishna is an embodiment now in this life. I am unborn, birthless I am, deathless I am. I am the Lord of all beings. And Prakriti is under my control. I am the master, I am the boss. The pure eternal consciousness, infinite I am. You don't know me that. But I take birth. Whenever, dharmasya glani, there is a decay in dharma. Dharma can never be destroyed. There is only decay in dharma. Values in society, when they decay, I appear myself to set right the world. And in between my incarnations, I send so many Mahatmas, so many saints and sages, I send them. I stir the minds of the intellect with the people, try to put them on the path of righteousness. Otherwise, they get lost. They suffer. They also bring great suffering to plant and animal. And also they create suffering to Mother Earth, and also they create the entire mess in the entire environment, because human being alone is destroying all these things. So they have to be set right from time to time. So I keep on sending the stream of Mahatmas, but in between my incarnations, I do send the Mahatmas. But whenever my presence is necessary, I take birth and appear on this planet again to teach to the mankind and disappear again. And what is the purpose of my life? Only thing is to protect the good and punish the wicked. And punish the wicked means what? Teaching a lesson to them. So, but first target is what? To protect the good. Sadhus, paritranaya sadhuna. So my job is to protect the good people and punish the wicked people. Set right, eliminate them. When eliminate them, they will realize, after death, they will realize there is some process of learning. Again, next month, they come. Better teaching, better understanding, better frame of mind. That goes on. That is how evolution is. So my jnanam is superior, my karma is superior. Divyam. Hey Arjuna, you cannot understand my dimension of consciousness. But to establish dharma, I'll again and again come forth. So who can get this entire knowledge of me, the divinity? Bhagavan Krishna said, Shraddhavan labate jnanam. One who has Shraddha, faith and consistency or perseverance, such a person alone can get this knowledge, divine. Some yatendriya, one who is self-controlled also, yatendriya, because indriyas are, sense organs are creating havoc and then they're disturbing me. I cannot get any knowledge. I cannot focus. And this jnanam is such, having gained which, you attain supreme peace. Because the clarity you will get, you will not be disturbed by anything else. Like a magician. In olden days, they take an ordinary paper, they burn it, and out of which they take rupee notes or 5 rupee notes. They just, I don't know how they take. They're all fake. And they throw. I know they are not real. I am sitting in the audience. Children are all excited. I am sitting in the back without any excitement, with great peace. It's an amusement to me, but not a single desire is created in me to possess any of those notes. I know they are all not true. Therefore, I'm peaceful. Not excited, not disturbed. So this jnana will give you great peace, Arjuna. Otherwise, on the contrary, one ignorant man, one who has no faith, and one who is always doubting, these three, Ajnascha, Ashraddhadhanascha, Samshayatma, Vinashyati, is destroyed. He creates, he brings the destruction onto himself by himself. Then having said this, all these beautiful lessons, the 5th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna spoke about who is real sannyasi. Real sannyasi is one who never hates, who never desires. Not the one who merely changes the color of the clothes and sits there and becomes lazy. One who is nirdvandva, when you're not caught up in pairs of opposites, easily you will be liberated, Bhagavan Krishna says. But real that sannyasa is dukkham aptum. Why? It is very difficult to get that sannyas because one who is freed from all kinds of opposites, the mental balance, equanimity or tranquility, is not easy to get. Without yoga, ayogataha, without any practicing the yoga, without bringing that karma yoga, and with that the peace of mind when dedicating all actions unto Lord, or practicing certain beautiful things at all, about jnana, without that jnana and karma, this kind of, without yoga, without practice of that yoga abhyasa, this kind of karma yoga, you will not get peace. Because karma yoga, if you don't have, all I want disturbance. And the true spirit, if you understand, it is always actionless. Arjuna, actionless. So yogi, all these fruits of karma phalas are given up, and when he has given up all karma phalas, instantly he feels happy. I don't want, instantly peaceful. The moment you desire, I want, then mind jumps. Oh, what do you want? This or that. Suppose, you go to just example, your stomach is so full, you can't eat anything. You went there. You decided, I don't want anything. I'm not tempted also. When you decided, I don't want, and not tempted, you are peaceful. Other one is, so much jumping, ye khaun, wo khaun, ye khaun, wo khaun. So one is full with understanding and knowledge, he is more disturbed. So, therefore, and I don't take anybody's, na adate kaschit papam, ajnana navratam tyenam. I don't take anybody's sins or merits and all that. I don't give. But everybody being his own suffering on account of one's own ignorance. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna said, Tad bhuttayas tadatma tan nishtatat parayana. No, my buddhi is that you're filled up with the thinking about that constantly. Your mind is filled by that goal, and you're abiding in that understanding and knowledge. And you are keeping me, that and that alone as supreme goal. With that entire tan, man, dhan, every dhan, tan, man, sharira, mana, buddhi. Sharira also is one discipline for that. Mana buddhi, mainly mana buddhi is tuned for that. That alone has kept as goal to attain supreme knowledge and peace. And then definitely you will be purified of all sins by your knowledge, and you will attain that supreme me. Who am me? Bhaktaram yajnatapasam sarvalokamahi. I am the Lord of all worlds. I am the enjoyer of all yajnas. Ultimately, they come to me alone. I am that eternal substratum of everything. I am the eternal presence. And where am I? Suhridam sarabhutanam. But I am friend of all beings seated in their own hearts. Just you have to look into me, ask me, reach me. But in between the ego comes. Ego comes and he imitates the voice of divinity for all of us. But if we can set right the ego, when we remove the ego, set ego aside. If I can tune myself to that, the Lord who is sitting in my heart as a friend, is a friend of all beings. If I can do that, then I am liberated from all kinds of problems, because every moment I will get kind of guidance. So with this tremendous understanding, next chapter begins in 6th chapter, how to achieve this. What are the practices that I should follow in order to reach my own essence, my own self? How to meditate. Meditation. What is meditation? How to meditate? Who is fit for meditation? What are the steps in meditation? What are the results of meditation? What are the problems? And what are the doubts? All those things are covered in 6th chapter, which you have just started. So that's how this is the entire essence of first 5 chapters of Gita. Thank you, but I took over time. I couldn't concise all these things in 30 minutes. So I took about maybe 40 minutes, I think. 45 minutes, I think I spoke. Thank you. Over to the organizer. Hari Om. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you for the wonderful session. We have a couple of questions. If Swamiji permits, I'll just take them.
Yeah.
So the first question has come from Suresh Thawani ji. And
Yes.
he has asked about chapter 2, verse 47, Karmanyam. So regarding that, Suresh Thawani's query is that the action which is done in present, when conditioned by the future time, appears as fruit of action. That is what the commentary says. So he is seeking a little bit of an understanding of what exactly the sentence
I
means.
already told this, the action done in present when conditioned, no, not when conditioned. You are doing in the present, but preoccupied your mind with the future. Then the present action is that the energies, as I already told you, energies are dissipated. You cannot do your best. I already told you that what component is in your control, what are the components which are not in your control, and how the result is depending on all these things. Therefore, to do your best is the best practice, so that we can train our mind to be skillful in every action. That is my insignia of my life. What is that? To be perfect, whatever I do. Results, I don't bother, right? They're depending on many other. So I am not allowing my mind to get conditioned by future result. That I'm training my mind only in the present. When I'm present action I'm doing with all 100% mental attention, naturally there will be beauty of that action. And if the other things also are cooperating, if there no other samasti karma or individual karma are not creating obstacle, my result, my karma will give me best of the results. That's it. I already explained to you all. Okay. Next.
So the next question is from Vandana ji. And her question is in 2 parts, that whether when there is a struggle within a family for rightfully belonging piece of land, which was, many people perceive Mahabharata war as just a fight for a piece of land, which is not correct, but that is how many people perceive. So that question is relevant from that perspective, so that clarity comes. So whether struggle within the families
It is not for a piece of land. It is a war for principles.
Yes, Swami.
It's a war on word. It is war for dharma. You cannot cheat. You cannot loot people. You cannot disrupt the law and order. So suppose somebody will take your house tomorrow. For a piece of land, why should you try? Struggle, give the land then. And what happened that, that recently who was shot, some, I don't want to take that name. He was doing same thing. Created a mess. You build your house genuinely and somebody comes and occupies. What will happen to society if that is the case? And if that is happening at the king level, what are you talking about it? It will definitely percolate. Yatha raja tatha praja. Oh, my king did like that. He looted his property. I can also do it in my own way. So there is a society to live. There must be a law. There must be a dharma. So for that dharma, we should not. And your duty as a king is to protect that. You do your best. That's it. And Krishna stood there. If Pandavas are not dharmic, he would not have stood by them. Okay. Our next question.
Sir, Swamiji is the same. The question has two parts. So she asks further that Arjuna had Krishna to tell what was dharma, what was right, what was dharma. But we don't have anyone. That's what she queries. So what do we do?
Upanishad says, wherever you'd have a doubt about dharma, what to do, what not to do, Taittiriya Upanishad says, Yetatra Brahmana Sammarishanaha Yukta. Go and ask wise people in your locality of those times, in your locality, in your vicinity, those who are very well-read people, those who are well-versed in scriptures, go and take guidance from them. Upanishad says. This is a parting message of a guru, a teacher, to all the students at the time of convocation. The Guru, we are going now our homes. You will be wandering here and there. No mobile phone, no email. How to contact you? Don't worry, my dear. Any doubts are there. Find out there is rishis are there, teachers are there, gurus are there. Go and ask them. They will guide you. Take their guidance. Arjuna had Krishna. You had your Gurudev. You have many Mahatmas are available. Whomever you feel that yes, my faith is there in them. Go and ask guidance and live life. Of course, guidance is required. I'm not saying guidance is not required, but it is available. Okay, next one.
So, Swamiji, we have questions for the time being.
Thank you very much. I think we can conclude.
Yes, Swamiji. So, the Shanti part, Swamiji.
Yeah, please.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj.
Tomorrow's announcement, Bandara and 8th May evening puja. Please announce Venkat clearly.
Yes, sorry. Sandeep ji or Sagar ji, anybody is there who can make the announcement, because I don't have the details with me. I'm unmuting everybody if you want to. Sandeep ji, can you please make the announcement for the Bandara? I don't have the details readily with me, or I'll put it in the group. Nevertheless.
No. Putting in the group is different. Announcement is different.
Sandeep ji, can you please announce?
You see, Rajiv, in your group, they are available. Read it out.
I don't have.
Yeah, Venkat ji.
Please.
Yeah,
yeah.
So we'll be celebrating Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandi's 107th Jayanti on Monday, that is 8th May. Program on 8th is 6 to 7:30 Paduka Abhishek and Puja. And 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. is bhajans by Swaranjali group, which will be followed by Prasad. But we'll also be doing a Bhandara.
That is on 8th May program.
8th May.
Yes, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Puja in the evening, 8th May, Gurudev's birthday. 7:30 to 8 p.m. Bhajans by Swaranjali group. That's the program on 8th May. Or 7th May, tomorrow?
We have we will be having our Bhandara, where we'll be offering food to the needy about at 12 p.m. in the ashram.
All are welcome to join and participate.
Yeah, participate. And those who want to contribute, they can. That's what message says. All are requested to contribute for the same. And also participate and take Prasad of Puja Gurudev and get blessed immensely, so that your spiritual journey can go on uninterruptedly by the grace of these great masters. Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Swamiji. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much. Hari Om. Hari Om. We'll see you again next week. Vidu, you can close the session. Thank you.